Chapter 13, Curfew. The air is still and cold. Patrol trucks rumble in the distance. The curfew will be lifted soon. "Hurry up, Tash," says Sam. I'm moving as fast as I can. The bag's weight is slowing me down, squashing my chest and shooting pain down my lower back. There's nothing I can throw away. Dad always says that the mountains are harsh and unkind to those who aren't prepared. We creep down the street to Kalsang's door. His family owns a truck. They could take us to the mountains. It's parked right next to their house so as not to block the narrow road. I squeeze round the bonnet and knock gently on the rough wood. Inside is a dim light. I close my hands around my eyes and peek through the gap in the blind. I see a rug and a chair next to the carved table. On it sits a steaming mug of tea. Someone is awake. I knock on the window and wait. The curtain twitches. I knock again, twice. Sam flinches at every sound. Why aren't they opening the door? "Let's try the next one," Sam says. I realise what he's thinking. They don't want to help us. Not after what happened last night. At the next house, I hear the scraping of a chair being pushed back. I try a different approach. "It's me," I whisper. "Tash." Sam bounces up and down beside me to keep warm. The door stays shut. I turn the handle and rattle it. "Please," I say. "Stop," says Sam, scanning the path. "You're going to get us caught." I slam the palm of my hand against the door. "Let's try someone else," Sam says. He rests his hand on my shoulder. They'd be risking everything to help us. I clench my fist, wishing I could pound it against the door. "Wait," says Sam. "I have an idea. Dorji's sister lives over there on the corner." I glance at the small house. There's smoke rising from the chimney and I can tell it has been recently whitewashed. A bird perches next to it and sings its dawn call. "There'll be patrol coming through soon," says Sam, beckoning me forwards. I run to the house and tap with one finger on her door. It opens an inch. "Who's there?" asks a hoarse voice. "It's Tash," I whisper. "Please let me in." The latch clicks and Dorji's sister ushers us inside. "Who's this?" she asks, pointing at Sam. "I'm Sam," he says. "I know your brother." She studies him for a second before nodding. "You need to get as far away from here as possible," she says. "If the police find you, they'll never let you go." She rips a piece of thick paper and scribbles a note on it. "Take this to the tent shop in the main square. My brother will give you what you need." I glance outside. It's almost light. The market will be opening. "Thanks," I say, heading for the door. Maybe we can catch him while he sets up the shop, before the soldiers get there. "You can't go looking like that," she says. "They're searching for you." She shuffles off and returns with scissors. Clasping my long hair, she snips it off in 2 strokes, so it's the same length as Sam's. I run my fingers through the strands. My throat is scratchy and I try to swallow it away. All I can think about is Mum plaiting my hair last night. Dorji's sister gathers what's left of my hair and ties it up on top of my head. "This was my husband's," she says, sliding a woolly hat over my head before pulling the ear flaps down. "Now you two could be brothers." She passes me the note. "Go quickly. Curfew's over and it's not safe for you here." Chapter 14. Packed. Sam fastens a bag tighter around my shoulders. It sits higher on my hips now, so I'm able to keep up with him. "What about here?" asks Sam, nodding towards a wooden chicken shed. We stash our big bags behind it. I hesitate over the backpack. It's too risky to take it into the market. I stuff it underneath the shed, burying it beneath the straw. Hens follow me in a line onto the stone path, and I usher them back towards the shed. Sam beckons me, and I peer round the side of the alley into the main square. Soldiers guard every side like statues. It's the first time I've been back since the day the man set himself on fire. I reach out and grip Sam's coat to steady myself. I cast my eyes over each of the soldiers to check that Spaniel, Wildface and Dagger aren't there. There's a trick that Dad taught me, a way to tell if a soldier is looking for trouble or will leave you alone. You study the way each one stands. If they're slumping or leaning slightly, you're safe. The first sign of trouble is a fidget. It can be a toe tap or a finger twitch. The second clue is the eyes. "Ready?" asks Sam. The soldiers all look sleepy. I pull my hat down as far as it will go. Ready. Their eyes follow us as we enter. The main square looks empty. It only takes me a second to realise why. The corrugated metal doors of the shop fronts are rolled down. There are no stalls spilling onto the street selling brightly coloured cloth, kitchen utensils and vegetables. All of the shops are closed. On one of the doors is a poster saying, "Disobedience will not be tolerated." I wonder if Dorji was arrested too. I scrunch the note in my fist. "Let's pretend we're with those two." Sam nods towards a man with a spiky haircut and an older man deep in discussion. They're wearing black coats with multicoloured pockets. They're not from around here. We sidle up and stand beside them. I do my best to look like a bored child. "We should have got more supplies when we had the chance," says the older one. "We'll stop before Larsa," replies the other. They're leaving the village. This could be our escape. I stare at Sam, trying to get his attention. "Larsa," I mouth. Sam glances at the soldiers, then back at the men. "Take us to Larsa with you," I whisper. "We have money." They gather round us, blocking us from the soldiers' view. It makes me nervous. "Please," I say, "you have to help us." "How much have you got?" I unzip my pocket and unfold the bundle of notes. The younger one snatches it out of my hand and counts it. "Hey!" I say, lunging at him. "That's mine!" He pulls his fingers out of reach. His hand is covered in splotches of paint. "Give that back," says Sam. "What are you going to do about it?" call the soldiers. I can't tear my eyes from the money in his hand. "You have to take us with you," I hiss. "Otherwise you're nothing but a thief." "Do you have papers?" said the older man. I shake my head. "We'll never get you past the checkpoints on the road out of town. If you meet us further down, where the grasslands cross the road, you can come." I think about our secret way into the grasslands and hope it's still there. Sam and I discovered it last year when we followed a rabbit between two big rocks. A smaller boulder had fallen and broken the fence. The other rocks hid the damage. I peer through the gap at the nearest soldier. He's tapping his foot. There aren't many people left in the square. "We're We're going to miss our chance. How do we know you'll be there? Asked Sam. The older man shrugs. We'll be there by the grasslands at midnight tomorrow. If you're there, you can come. We will be, I say. Wait for us.